You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Bold and the Beautiful fans, we've got Daphne Rose back to LA right as a huge bombshell drops, and I suspect she warns Carter Walton that he is going to lose Hope Logan very soon. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to get into why Daphne may suspect that Carter is destined for heartbreak and try and spare him some pain. But hey, hit that subscribe button if you aren't already following us. So this week, the ugly, awful truth about Liam Spencer's cancer diagnosis, that's in quotes there, is coming out. Hope and Liam were just thanking Grace Buckingham for saving Liam's life. Although Hope was stunned to find out Bill Spencer paid $1 million for the surgery, everybody's grateful to both Bill and Grace for saving Liam with that experimental brain procedure. But then all comes crashing down. Finn adamantly refused to keep Grace's secret and hauled her over to the Spencer mansion and demanded she come clean. So, as I suspected, not only did she lie to Liam, that is the tip of the iceberg, because Grace was also drugging Liam to cause the symptoms to mimic the cancer. I've been saying that for a while, that I thought those prescription bottles had medications she was using off-label to make him weak and dizzy and cause the blackouts and stuff. Finn was horrified by everything that Grace told him, and Hope and Liam are going to be horrified as well. They were just talking about Grace's baby-stealing awful ex-husband Reese Buckingham and how he caused so much damage by stealing their daughter Beth when she was a baby. And now Reese is back to haunt them because Grace is going to tell Liam and Hope that she faked the whole cancer diagnosis and cure to pay off Reese's gambling debts. And when Grace makes this confession, Liam and Hope are going to be floored. Liam thought he was dying, and so did the mothers of his children. You know, Hope and Steffi were upset, not to mention all the other people who were devastated about Liam's diagnosis. They're going to be absolutely appalled. And when Grace makes this shocking confession, Hope is over there at the Spencer mansion with Liam because she has been taking care of him, which Carter's okay with, but things are about to change. So Bill's been over there caretaking a lot too, because it's his house. Plus there's a professional home nurse as well, but it was Hope with him when Grace and Finn stopped by. So I feel like Bold and the Beautiful was very intentional in having Hope at Liam's side for the big fake diagnosis reveal. I think Hope is there for big coming storyline reasons, and I think it ties back to Daphne's return to LA and Hope's engagement to Carter. If you remember, Hope and Liam got a lot closer, and they were talking about their love because he was dying. And then after Grace did this miracle surgery, Hope and Liam shared more close moments and had, we're talking about their past and how much their relationship meant. That also seems very important. And now, because of Grace's horrifying fraud, Hope's going to be there to comfort Liam as he deals with this shock. And that could begin to change how Hope feels about Liam and also about Carter, or it could have Hope looking and comparing and considering how deep her feelings for each man really are. From the very beginning of Liam's tragic cancer storyline, it seemed like he and Hope were on a path to a reunion. Before Hope found out Liam was dying, she had already considered reuniting with him because Hope realized her life had gone to crap after they split up, but she had just started dating Carter, and so she said, okay, maybe not. And then Liam was pushing Hope towards Carter with both hands because Liam knew he was dying. And so Hope forgave Carter, and then she accepted his engagement ring, which he proposed way too fast and put on her finger. And that was all because Liam's diagnosis, that was terminal at the time, made Hope realize how short and precious life is. And she knew that Liam wasn't a long-term option for her. But once the dust settles from Grace's shocking admission, Hope and Liam might realize their feelings for each other are true love, that they are in love, not just some sort of mutual love and respect because they're co-parents with a history. I think Carter's headed for heartbreak, and I think Daphne is about to get a big break. We know that Carter told Daphne what he overheard when Hope was saying to Liam how she loved him and wanted to be with him. And that got Daphne real excited because she thought, oh, Carter's free. But then Hope comes around and says, oh, no, Carter misunderstood. I don't think he did. I just think Hope realized that wanting Liam didn't make sense for her future. But now everything has changed. Hope is going to tell Carter that Liam was lied to and is perfectly healthy. And Carter is going to tell Daphne this big news. And I think she's going to drop some truth bombs on Carter. I think Daphne is going to tell Carter that Hope only got engaged to him because the man she really loves, Liam, was dying, and that Hope was clinging to Carter like a life raft. Daphne may even tell Carter that even if Hope stays with him, that Carter's going to be a consolation prize because Hope really loves Liam. Bold and the Beautiful didn't bring Daphne back to LA for no reason. You know, she's clearly fallen for Carter and she wants to be with him. Daphne tried repeatedly to get Carter to choose her instead of Hope, but Daphne wasn't having a lot of luck. However, things are changing by the end of this week and going into next week. And I do think Daphne might be able to convince Carter he's on shaky ground with Hope because Liam is alive. He's going to stay that way. He was never sick. And Hope's love for Liam never went away. It just kind of got backburnered while she was scared he was going to be gone, you know? I can also see Daphne cornering Hope and questioning her about Liam and her feelings for her ex. If you remember, Hope was jealous of Daphne's connection to Carter, but if Hope realizes that she wants to be with Liam, maybe she thinks Daphne being around is not a bad thing because it could soften the blow since Carter could just replace her with Daphne. That would be the consolation prize, winning the consolation prize. But at the same time, Daphne really likes Carter, and Carter just wants some woman to choose him. So Daphne might tell Carter, stop wasting your time with a woman whose heart belongs to somebody else and choose me. Daphne is waiting with open arms, and she was pretty convincing the last time she got Carter to see that Hope wanted to be with Liam and not him. Only that time, Hope gaslit Carter and told him he misread things. He didn't. And then, of course, they got engaged way too fast because he was trying to lock Hope down. In the end, maybe Carter will even step aside so that Hope doesn't have to hurt him by breaking their engagement to be with Liam. I mean, it would be nice if Carter was the bigger man and offered to let her go. And Daphne might even encourage Carter to do that. So Daphne may also tell Carter, you know what, you should test Hope. In case he doesn't believe what Daphne's telling him, you know, test her and offer to let her go and see if she fights you on it. So that's something that might happen. In the end, I see a couple swap ahead with Liam getting Hope and Carter finally giving Daphne what she wants, which is him.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.